song in the sky.
Okay, morning chaps, chapesses. Here I am again. This time heading off to... Morning! This time I'm heading off to Lancaster via Glasson Dock. So this road here, this takes me past Thurnham Hall. And the Brommie there, as you take out the bag in there. That's the bag you get with it. It's handy to put your phone in and your wallet. Got some factor 400 in there, and what else is that? Oh, I've got the tube, the spare tube. That you get a couple of spare tubes with the Brommie. So that's in there. And what else? Keys for the house. Yeah, they're handy that. Forecast today was cracking weather, and yet we're in a situation here whereby, as you can see, probably it's raining. So just wandering along through these fields, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I was hoping this rain wasn't going to be around though. I'm a bit shocked at that, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, so Glasson Dock, that's kind of a bit of a marina over here in West Lancashire. It's more or less right onto the coast, but well, it is on the coast. But you can take the canal trip, say from Preston, and then the canal goes right the way through to Glasson. There's a couple of pubs there, and it's a really good cafe actually, where if you're into eating meat, you can get cracking sausage and eggs and fish and chips and all that. But if you just want a chip butty, if you're a veggie like me, then you're right as rain. Or egg and chips, love egg and chips, not vegan. Not yet anyway. Tried it for about 2 weeks. Bloody hell, it's tough. Most of all, I think, on your bowel. But anyway, that's enough of that. Too much info. See this house here I'm coming to? It's for sale now. You'd have to be mad to buy that. That must have been crashed into about 10 times in the time I've lived here. Because it's right on this blind bend here. And you see that little white wall there? I don't know how many times that's been demolished. Anyway, good luck selling it. Anyone with local knowledge, they want to say, "So that, mate, I'm not buying that. Jesus Christ, you end up with a lorry in the living room, don't you?" So, yeah, this ride today, my plan is to go to Lancaster via Glasson Dock. So this is supposed to be a quieter lane. As you can see, it's not that quiet. And then take me into, that'll bring me round into, let's see, where am I now? Yeah, so you go to Cockerham, then Thurnham, where Thurnham Hall is. Always worth a visit, beautiful spot that is. Then from Thurnham, I won't actually call into Glasson Dock, I'll bypass it via the Stork pub and then head straight up Ashton Road into Lancaster. Then my plan is to go into, there's a cracking vegan cafe in Lancaster called, can't remember what it's called, probably remember in 5 minutes and I'll look back on. See you in a minute, I'm going to concentrate on this bit because I think Farmer Palmer's around. The Whale Tail Cafe, that's what it's called, the one in Lancaster, well worth a visit. So I'm just coming up to Wallins here, Wallins Ice Cream, but it's actually one of those farm shops, and but it's kind of famous around here for the ice cream itself. Beautiful it is. The Wallins Ice Cream Parlour, now open. But again, if you're into your meat, you can get all your steaks and everything else, and it's all off the farm, so it's all locally reared stuff. Not like those bloody farms in America. There is Wallins Ice Creams. And here's a couple of examples of what you can have to eat. There you go, game on. Actually smells of bacon sandwiches. Yeah, because there's a cafe in there, if I remember rightly. I'm not being, oh god, 10 years more. So just carrying on out here. Not reached Cockerham yet. Cockerham's a bit of a bend in the road. It's got a pub and about 20 houses and that's it. Oh, and a school. Just remember there's a little school there as well. I'm in first gear. Because I'm holding the phone I can't change. And now, now I'm going downhill. So I'm going to put my phone away because it's dangerous to try and change gear and film at the same time. Right.
wind, no bird song in the sky. Felt cold against my body, where nobody resides. I fear that something so dark has passed me by. But what is it about yesterday that makes me cry?
The busiest junction in the world. This lane absolutely goes nowhere, and since that stopped, about 40 cars have gone down. Anyway, look at this coming up now. There's a slurry lorry. Anyway, so I went down there. I'm going to give you this quickly. A couple of pals went down there. As I came round a bend, literally a blind bend, there were about 400 sheep in the road. So I slammed on my brakes, but being the way it was, mostly the front brake, I went right over the handlebars. My bike actually went over my head and the crank buried itself into my helmet. So for anyone who doesn't wear a helmet, you know, take notice of that. If I had that helmet on, I don't think I'd be here today to tell you my story about my helmet. And it literally sheared the top of the helmet off the crank. So I often see cyclists without helmets on, and I think the slightest thing can happen. And who'd have thought that, you know. That was a nightmare. I got absolutely soaked. So the weather forecast was just going to be cracking down. I was actually in the end of the house for glasses down, because that follows a cycle path into Lancaster. But it literally came down like it was biblical. So I got absolutely soaked to the skin. Luckily enough, I've got cycling shorts underneath these. Just one thing to Brompton. The bag is crap. It's fallen off about 5 times now, and what it is the Velcro's not strong enough. That's the bag at the front I'm talking about. It's not those Velcro straps there are rubbish. So all I'm going to have to do is, you know, fettle something together, like, you know, it's one of those things that you tie the top of a bread bag with and put them through every time I go out to stop it falling off, because as soon as you hit a bit of rubbly road or path, then the thing falls off. No, anyway, believe it or not, in Lancaster it's not raining, so I suppose the forecast was right, because I checked it in Garstang before I left. Garstang lovely all day, Lancaster lovely all day. What they didn't tell you was it was going to be absolutely peeing down when you went out west towards the coast. So I've come back inland now, and I'm on Lancaster Canal heading into town. This bit's lovely, really is. Yeah, when I stopped to help the guy before giving directions, next thing you know, it's a bit of road rage from some woman. You know, the poor guy didn't know where he was going. He was going to Moss Lane Caravan Park. He was on the wrong lane. So I was kind of helping him out by giving him directions, and then poor bugger had to reverse, but it's all country lanes there. Anyway, Farmer Palmer's wife, she had a face on her like, you know, a sow pig. So anyway, also got me sorry for him, because it was the first day of his holidays. They were trying to find a caravan site and they were lost. I don't know, people just don't have patience. So yeah, on a nice section now anyway, heading into Lancaster. So I'm going to go into the Whale Tail, which, as I say, it's a cracking vegetarian stroke vegan restaurant in Lancaster. In fact, I think it's the only one. No, there's another one actually, but it's probably the best. So if you're ever in Lancaster, pop in the Whale Tail. Look at that. Some kind of a boathouse there. Someone had a few bob, didn't they? Keep the barge in there. Oh, it's cracking. It's been the busiest junction in the world. This lane absolutely goes nowhere. And since that stopped, about 40 cars have gone down. Anyway, look at this coming up now. There's a slurry lorry. Anyway, so I went down there. I'm going to give you this quickly. A couple of pals went down there. As I came round a bend, literally a blind bend, there were about 400 sheep in the road. So I slammed on my brakes, but being the way it was, mostly the front brake, I went right over the handlebars. My bike actually went over my head and the crank buried itself into my helmet. So for anyone who doesn't wear a helmet, you know, take notice of that. If I had that helmet on, I don't think I'd be here today to tell you my story about my helmet. And it literally sheared the top of the helmet off the crank. So I often see cyclists without helmets on, and I think the slightest thing can happen. And who'd have thought that, you know. Yeah, so I'll just show you Brompton. There's a bit of a design fault here, because the Velcro here, the Velcro straps here, they're too small and thin, so they don't grab it enough. You're probably better off just having a conventional buckle that goes around it. Yeah, that's rubbish. So right, just heading into Lancaster now, and what a cracking view. Just heading into Lancaster, and what a cracking view of the castle from there. Yeah, just heading towards Lancaster now, and as I came round the bend, cracking view of the castle. Don't know if you get in it. You should imagine you were through the gap there. So yeah, got this final bit. Some of the posh hussies on the other side there. Well, I thought I was going to catch you in a whale tail, and I've just come literally 100 yards on, and you're in the middle of a fairly major city, probably 100,000 people or so, and there's a cow feeding from the canal. Don't know if that's advisable. Look at this old post here, you know. Look at this thing. It's a bull. It's a bull. I'm in the wrong gear again. Couldn't second. Look at that, isn't that cracker? Absolutely beautiful. Now then, now then. To be honest, I don't think it's really wise to be drinking from there, but what can you do? What can you do when you're thirsty, eh?
Silence this morning, no bird song in the sky. Felt cold against my body, where nobody resides. I fear that something so dark has passed me by. But what is it about yesterday that makes me cry?